Hey everybody, welcome to Get Busy Watching! I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies. Welcome to part 1 of my rapid fire for all the movies that I saw in April. Let's get started. A group of camp counselors find themselves hunted by a masked killer. Yeah, if that sounds generic to you, it's worse. It's boring. Much as I enjoy Fred Heschinger as the only sensible character who's way too nice for his own good, he has his annoying moments. Maybe 1 or 2 jokes land. But this barely 90-minute flick felt much longer. It was written and directed by a pair of Gen Zs, and dear fucking lord, does it feel like it. Trying to make fun of the cliches without doing anything funny with them. The style of humor is wildly inconsistent in general, and many of the characters are dumb. Even the masked killer doesn't make sense. A devil mask? What? I don't get it. You'd think that Finn Wolfhard would know a thing or two about the genre, but I guess not. My honest rating for Hell of a Summer, a 2 out of 5.
Jason's saying that Demi's been killed.
You guys stole my fucking murder mystery party idea, didn't you?
Passengers aboard a ferry are terrorized by a bipedal, homicidal mutant mouse. It's alright. It's got everything you'd want in a movie like this and doesn't take itself too seriously. I guess the only real complaint I have is that it doesn't even try to hide the janky illusion of putting David Howard Thornton in a mouse suit, but having him be just a couple feet tall. It looks off, though I've seen it done worse. Beyond that, it wears its Disney roots on its sleeve. Many of the victims are references to Disney characters. There's clumsy lines that reference the movies, but I guess this schlocky flick would do something like that pretty shamelessly. But credit where credit is due, I did enjoy the over-the-top violence. It's pure, unfiltered B horror. If a maniacal Mickey Mouse sounds fun to you, give it a shot. My honest rating for SCREAMBOAT, a strong 3 out of 5.
It is a small world after all.
Bill Murray commits suicide and leaves his Great Dane to his bestie Naomi Watts, who struggles to live with him in her tiny apartment. It's okay. If you've seen a person and their dog movie, then you've seen this. It's really the whole setup that makes no sense. Why would Murray leave his dog to Watts, who isn't allowed to have pets? Why not leave him with any other extended family? Not gonna explain it? Great. Why does Watts keep it? How is she not evicted way sooner? None of this is explained and takes me way the hell out of it for a long time. Oh sure, Watts is a quality talent, so she holds this up effectively, being as Apollo is a gorgeous dog, and there are some scenes that genuinely tug at your heartstrings. But with a somewhat predictable plot and all the aforementioned issues in the beginning, it's hard for this cup to hold much emotional water. It ain't anything special, but it's harmless. I say wait for it on streaming though, it's not the worst watch. My honest rating for The Friend, a 3 out of 5.
I guess I saw it the other way around, like I'm the emotional support human and it's the dog that can't cope.
Rami Malek is a CIA decoder. His wife is murdered by a Russian terrorist and sets out on a solo mission to avenge her. It's alright. I can appreciate some of the ideas that it has, but it trips over itself in weird ways. I like the idea that Rami isn't a grizzled field agent. He's a tech dude who has terrible aim with a gun, so has to use his brain to kill his enemies, and outwit his CIA pursuers. Hell, when he blackmails his superiors with exposing their cover-ups if they don't let him hunt down his wife's killer, that was downright badass. However, some casting felt pointless. Jon Bernthal barely did anything. There's a straight pointless romance between Rami and Katrina Balfe, and it's hard to be invested in the bad guys when they're just bog-standard baddies with not much personality worth writing home about. By no means bad, but it is kind of forgettable. No need to rush out to the cinemas to watch this. My honest rating for The Amateur, a 3 out of 5.
He practically invented half of our surveillance. Maybe y'all misjudged this individual.
A simple but kindly lottery winner gets his favorite musician to visit his island and play his music for him along with his former romance. This deserves its own dedicated review. It's so cute, so charming, and just so good. Almost from the get-go, this flick oozed with likability as Tim Key badgers Tom Basden's character with how much he loves his music. Question after question. There's such a fine line between making a character like that genuinely annoying and lovable. This toes the line perfectly by making Charles the goofiest, most lovable dork on the face of the earth. But make no mistake, Basden and Carey Mulligan have wonderful chemistry. It's a beautiful story of loving the past, maybe even still loving it, but the dangers of holding on to it and not being able to let go and move on. I loved this. Absolutely worth the theater trip. If you get the chance, please show this movie some support. My honest rating for The Ballad of Wallis Island, a 5 out of 5.
Water everywhere.
Please, can we just please appreciate this damn sunset?
A widow goes on her first date in a long time. Things take a turn for the worse when a mysterious madman messages her to kill her date. This wasn't half bad. Loses focus in some areas, but it has a lot of style that helps it stand out. First and foremost, the acting is damn solid. Megan Faye does a stellar job of carrying the flick. The tension is certainly great, though I'm on the fence on whether or not my frustrations were because I was that invested in the story, or if it was annoying for how close the motivations of the villain were kept close for how long it does. Yeah, why he wants this dude dead takes a huge chunk of the story to finally explain things. While the reveal is a tad underwhelming, it works well enough, and the resolution is quite satisfying, if not a bit prolonged. This is a pretty decent watch. If you're in the mood for a tense thriller, this ain't a bad way to go. My honest rating for Drop, a strong 3 out of 5.
Violet, everything okay?
Charles Dickens tells his troublemaking son the story of Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's another Jesus movie, but with like a Princess Diaries flavoring to it. I won't deny that Angel Studios is better than Pureflix with how they portray Christianity, but there's only so much that you can do with the actual story of Jesus to make it work. I do appreciate that the story at its core is about forgiveness and understanding, which feeds into the side story of Charles and his young son who have a fractured relationship. But when it's not about them, it's about Jesus, and it does next to nothing new with the story. I do find it hilarious though that Last Supper, a PG-13 flick, skipped over Jesus' crucifixion, whereas this PG movie portrayed it all, albeit in a non-graphic way. It's another Jesus movie. I don't know what more to say about it. My honest rating for The King of Kings, a 3 out of 5.
Oh, so you want to hear the story now?
Based on true events, a team of Navy SEALs are attacked by Iraqi fighters. 2 are critically wounded and wait for desperately needed evac. This was a damn fine film. Intense, stressful, and despite its one setting, utterly engaging. Granted, there's not a whole lot of characterization or growth, but that's not the point of the film. There's no prologue scenes of the guys with their families, friends, or loved ones back home. Literally just them going crazy over a sexy workout video. But after that, it's all business. What I almost kick myself over is how mundane and boring the first 10-ish minutes are. A reminder that most of the day-to-day life of someone in the armed forces is literally to wait for orders with very little combat to speak of. But once the action gets going, the dire situation sinks in and I almost prayed for the boring back. Can't even imagine the true hell these men went through. Definitely not for the faint of heart, but it's still one of the best films of the year. My honest rating for Warfare, a 5 out of 5.
We have enemy on our building and all surrounding buildings.
Roger that. Stand by. Going hot.
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Hit that like or dislike button. All engagement is welcomed. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. And as always, have a great day, stay safe and healthy out there, and hope to see you soon.